Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. So the last one you saw was a bit of a pain to record, and the only reason I'm recording this in front of you is because when I did that video I had to get everything out. There's stuff everywhere, there's no clean workspaces, it's just full of guns, and it's going to take me a while to do it. I'm on a short amount of time. So look what turned up. VFC AKS74U, and the first time that I ever experienced the AK74U was in Goldeneye.
Shut the door, Alec! There's a draft! Move out. Throw down your weapon and walk towards me.
So, growing up playing Goldeneye video game, but most importantly the movie, Pierce Brosnan just firing that thing. I remember seeing that and just being like, cool. But we got the VFC one here. I'm just going to open this up. Now this has, I ordered this a while ago now, and you can thank, I'm going to say it, don't hate me, but we're going to call him R Magnet because he's got a weird name. Some people get triggered at his name, like even YouTube. He's been begging for this because he's a little VFC simp and he wants me to cover it. And every video, you'll see him in the comments at every video saying this would be better if it was VFC. He's just a troll, boys and girls. He's just trying to cause a ruckus. But here we have it. It's been in UPS prison for 2 weeks.
This is your last chance. Come out with your hands above your... Wait! You can't win.
The day after I shot the collection video, but I went out and did certain things, and this had to wait. So hopefully I can show this off to you here. So basically in the box, you get the gun, you get your usual speed loader and manual thing, and you get a magazine. I've got 2 extra magazines. You also get a case with it, which I'll show you. I'm just showing you the box now because some people like to see the box. But I ordered this from WGC. They would only let me add 2 magazines, so they must have put a magazine cap, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. So you got your usual safety thing, a little speed loader. It's nice that they include the speed loader. A lot of manufacturers do this. It's always good to have a spare because I have lost more speed loaders than I've bought. We've got the 2 boxes with the extra magazines in. We'll take a look at that in a sec. We've got the box that was in the package, which was in the actual slot, which is a magazine. Now, the only reason why I wanted to stick with these magazines over the normal AVM ones, which are black, is they've got like it's a metal magazine, but it's got like this plum colour. And I wanted to keep that because I think it looks a little bit better with the 74U. Right, we've got that in this. Some people have said online that you only got this if you pre-ordered. I didn't pre-order. And this is a little carry bag. So you like fold it up and you put it in here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Yeah, a little jock strap for your 74U. It'll never get used. Right, let's pull the gun out. So it's strapped down into the box, which is nice. There's lots of packaging. I'm not sure how much of this packaging is from VFC and how much packaging is from WG. So let's get this thing out here, shove everything in the box and get rid of it. Nice block of high density foam holding the charging handle. And here it is. The only reason I didn't buy the earlier AK model that VFC did is because I was waiting for them to do something a little bit better. And this is right up there. I always wanted to get a GHK 74U, but I just wasn't sold. I had an AK MS, and I just wasn't sold on the whole GHK system. But this thing looks phenomenal. So you've got all black exterior, wood handguard. You've got this very like Ford, like some weird old Ford car, like brown colour. All the body pins I presume are normal. These have just been sandblasted. You can see it. Take it from someone who does a lot of sandblasting. These parts are probably black. They've just sandblasted them in, put them in a silver. Right. Let's find a magnet, because some of you will want to know. I mean, let's face it, a majority of it is going to be steel. But some of you will be like, I can't believe you didn't do that. When I find a magnet, what have I done with all the magnets? Give me 1 second. Right, stock, sling point, selector, bolt, upper receiver or dust cover, lower receiver, front sight posts, flash hider. Everywhere you put a magnet to this thing, the trigger guard, the mag release, I think. Not sure if those pins are steel. I imagine they are. It does feel like it. So everywhere I put this, the steel components. A lot of airsofters obsess about this now, that everything needs to be steel. It's like the first thing they check. I don't do it as, I do it, but I don't do it as often as some others. Honestly, as long as it's made out of a good material, it is what it is. Right, we'll quickly pull out the spring guide section with the buffer. So the buffer has a spring, and then you've got this little plastic block which like floats in between it. The bolt, it's a hefty bolt, and we can see we've got that usual VFC slime everywhere. So inside looks pretty good though. The hop unit area and barrel looks fairly oil free, which is nice from a VFC. You can see we've got those twisted springs which are very much like that on the real counterparts. Steel hammers and trigger components and sears, and everything's steel on this thing. I haven't found a piece of metal that hasn't been magnetic just yet. But yeah, very peculiar valve knocker system. It does look a little bit strange. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to not completely remove it, but this, I don't want this big chunk of oil going into the barrel anyway, so I'm just going to give it a little wipe off. I'm not going to completely remove it all, but I'm going to remove some of it. Right, smack the bolt back in. When this turned up and I initially checked it, the dust cover was not latched in, and the basically the recoil spring assembly was all out. And then I was trying to put it together like this, and it doesn't like to latch in. And I saw this on, I think it was 4UAD's video when they went to the announcement of it and they were shooting it, like the press release. He had the same issue, so you'll see this latches like that, but when you're doing it like this, it won't come out and latch in place. You have to like, I think you have to just smack it until it comes out like that. So it's a bit sticky, but feels good. You got a sticker over the sides of the receiver, both where the stock latch is and where the selector is, to not scratch it up, I suppose, when they're testing it. So the bolt feels really good, much better than the Marui ones. I know a lot of people are going to hate the fact that I say that because I am a Marui guy, but you take a Marui AKM. In fact, let me not just talk about it, let me show you. So this Crook Marui has the standard recoil. This is like, the bolt is everything as it comes out the box. It's just got fancy parts on it. You see that? It's got such a weak recoil spring, which is why. So if I hold it like that, now watch this. The recoil spring is so weak, that's why a lot of people upgrade them to either like the Bowmasters or the Bavtak ones. So this one, however, feels great straight out the box. So it does feel good. Right. Mag, we haven't got anything in it just yet, but there it looks with the mag. I think it looks absolutely brilliant. Honestly, every time I look at this thing and I hold it, and they've got the exterior just down to a T. They have got it looking really good with that wood. The wood looks fantastic. And I'm not sure if this is the correct colour as what they would be. If it is, fair enough, but it looks a little bit off. I'm sure, when didn't they used to have like plum grips? But or Bakelite grips, one or the other. Yeah. I don't think it's going to fire because it's empty, but let's get some gas in this thing and we'll see what it's doing. So it should have some gas in it anyway. So I did squirt a little bit into this magazine just to make sure it wasn't leaking. So I'm just going to try and do this. I'm going to try and pop them straight down with a speed loader. Okay, we've at least got some in there. The feed lips are either 2 halves or they're already split. I don't know if you can see that there. So the feed lips like split in the front and the back. I imagine they've got 2 halves and they've stuck them together. But it's a little bit alarming looking. So 0.3 gram BBs, we're going to whack it through the chrono. And we'll see what this thing does. It's probably going to be warm. It's come from overseas. Oh! Sheesh! We are at 1 joule on a 0.3. 1 joule, 269.6 feet per second. Now I'm going to read these ones out to you. 1 joule, 273. 1.1 joules, 281. 1.1 joules, 282. 1 joule, 279. 1.1, 284. 1.1, 282. So this is like perfect for the UK limits. I mean, the UK limits is like what, 1.14 joules on things that can shoot full also. So yeah, I mean, it feels fantastic as well. Let's show you this off here. Let's see what the rate of fire is, because it's got that sticker on there. It's kind of hard to find the full auto setting, but here we go. We are empty. Now, if this shoots, it's going to be difficult to film this because we've got Christmas coming up, we've got the New Year coming up. The weather's really crap at the moment, so it won't be giving it a fair test. But when the weather gets a little bit milder and we can get out on the range, if this thing shoots good at range, this will possibly be the best line of gas burret replicas. A lot of people love the AKM or the AVM or whatever you want to call it, but I wasn't feeling it. And to be honest, this is a replica that I would pick. And I've seen people reviewing these, and they get it back and they're stripping the whole thing off. They're putting whatever on the front end, grips, everything. The 74U, I feel, and this is coming from someone that owns a lot of modern replicas, I feel the 74U is special because of what it is and how it looks. So it might be a bit more difficult if I want to play like CQB and stuff. I'll have to find a way to put a torch on. But I think using this, and of course a tracer. Now, there are AK tracers, but there isn't, I'm not aware of any company that makes a tracer that looks like this original flash hider. Now I do have the PTS Syndicate AK styled trace unit, so I could try that. See if that goes on there. But yeah, I think this is special because of what it is. It's, for me, it takes me back all those years as a young lad watching these action films, and if I've thrown some video clips in the video, it's just to show you what I'm talking about to the younger audience, because they mostly know nothing these days. You reference video games from older years and movies, and they have no idea what you're talking about. Quite a lot of people in the Discord like that. Makes you feel old, and it will happen to them eventually. Right, we've got a couple of extra mags. Let's quickly gas these up. Like I say, I've only got 3 because they wouldn't allow me, even though they had them in stock, they wouldn't allow me to add them to the basket. That's the only reason why I didn't order anymore. So, first impressions out the box, this thing feels great. There's probably better people out there that could talk you through the history of this gun. Maybe the likes of it, Explosive Enterprise and such. That's not really my bag. I'm here for airsoft. I'm not here for the history of these things. So there's people that would explain it much better than I am. However, we will show you some of the markings. So we've got markings on the handguard and the receiver there. I'm sure all this is meant to be as it is. They usually do a good job, don't they? And yeah, let's whack some more ammo in this thing and give it a go. The magazine's hard to fill. Do these two as well. They have got, it's just a 2-part V-lip. I hadn't clocked it before, but they are the same. For this one, that one felt easier to fill compared to the first one. Could be this speed loader I'm using is a bit crap, but let's have a quick check of the trigger, shall we? So I'm going to show you this together. So we have a little bit of take up. We don't really hit a wall as such. You just hear it, you hit a part of like more resistance. A lot of travel on it. And then it finally releases. So you haven't got like a definitive wall. That being said, you can kind of feel the resistance on it and kind of predict where it is. The reset is actually pretty good. The reset's right where it is. So it's not bad at all for an AK. AKs are not really known to have amazing triggers. Right. Now I've already shot some rounds through this mag, so I don't know what that was. I've already shot some rounds through this mag, so it might be a bit more gassy than the other two, but let's just give it a go. Mag 1. It's loud. It is very loud. You know, let's get that stock folded. Makes it even shorter. I mean, running around with it in CQB like this would actually be pretty cool, wouldn't it? But it's shooting all the rounds. It's not really spitting any gas. So could this be one of the better systems? A lot of you have been telling me to get an AK for some time from VFC. Let's quickly peel this sticker off the side, if we can get it off. It's underneath the selector. See if this selector's any better. No, the selector, it's like the arm is like pointing out too much. So you get zero, you have to push it into the body as you change it to feel the notches. Now from safe to semi, it doesn't really matter, you're just whacking it down, but the selector wise is where they could improve. If I just take a Marui one for example, this one's still got the sticker on. It proper clips into place. Even with the sticker still on there, it's got a nice audible and tactile feel to it. Whether that's real or not, I'm not too sure. We did have, where's the AK12? Oh, this one's a bit different in it because this one's weird. Yeah, that one's not going to work. My other AKM, again, this one doesn't have the sticker on. When you go in between them, that one's a little bit looser compared to the newer one. That gun has had a fair bit of use. So when you go to the AK from VFC, it just feels very grindy and horrible. That's, to be honest with you, from what I've looked at today, that's the worst part of the replica, is a selector. But many of you probably wouldn't even bother anyway. See where they put the sticker on there because it's already took the paint off, which is going to, isn't it? We're not really bothered too much about that. So there is the VFC. Now the flash drive is a bit loose, but it's just the way that they are. You could wrap that in some PTFE tape if you really wanted to sort it out. We do have a clip on these magazines, so maybe we can lock it for dry firing maybe. So you have to push the follower down and then push the follower down and then put that little latch forward, and then that should, if you're maybe not an airsofter but you're more into like film and TV stuff, making your like your little videos on YouTube and that, then you can, it does feel, the recoil feels great. Yeah, I'm pleasantly impressed with it. So that's the VFC AKS74U. It looks fantastic. It feels fantastic. A meter away, it shoots fantastic. And again, this is what I want to ask a couple of you lot, because I've seen you like messaging on YouTube and commenting and stuff like that, picking fault with the on the range stuff. So these people will pick fault with the on the range stuff where I'm shooting all the way out to like 60 plus meters, but then will praise someone who does an accuracy test in the bedroom at like 2 meters. I will never understand that logic. I'm sorry. So if you don't like the range tests, I don't think anything I'm doing you're gonna like. So, but when the weather's better, we will get it out there. Like I say, shooting into a box, it feels great how it shoots. That doesn't necessarily mean it's accurate or has a great hop up. We're gonna have to try that. So I'm probably more than likely gonna try that in a CQB environment first. And then, when the weather gets better, where we can give it its fair test, and I'm doing this for all you VFC boys, if I took it out now when it was super cold, like a couple of the guns we did on the last range tests, it's not going to get a fair chance because it's going against other replicas that have done it when the weather was good. So, anyway, that's the VFC AKS74U. Fantastic out the box. It feels great, it looks great, and like I say, into a box a metre away, it shoots great. But let me know down in the comments below what you think of this thing. I think it looks fantastic. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the link in the description for the link to the Jaeger Precision Discord. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll be seeing you in the next one.